This is the Samsung Galaxy Tab A9 Plus. This is the Tech Shed. Let's find out if this tablet is worth your time. So, who is this for? Well, if you're not looking to edit 4K videos, draw digital masterpieces, or run 30 Chrome tabs at the same time, this might be the tablet for you. This is for people who just want a solid, affordable device that handles everyday stuff without complaining. Watching Netflix, checking emails, scrolling through a few too many shopping tabs, it's built for that. At around $200 to $250 depending on specs, it slots into the lower mid-range category, right next to options like the Lenovo M10 3rd Gen, the Lenovo M11, and Apple's 9th generation iPad. Now, the tablet doesn't exactly scream luxury, but it's not really meant to. It's thin, light, and easy to chuck in a bag or hold with one hand. It has a plastic back, which does make it feel a bit less premium and a bit more you should probably buy a case, but it keeps the weight down to a very manageable 480 grams. Bezels are on the chunky side, giving it a slightly dated look, but it's nothing you wouldn't expect at this price point. You've got a USB-C port, a 3.5mm headphone jack, which is genuinely nice to see in 2025, and a micro SD card slot for expanding that storage. There's no fingerprint scanner here, but there is basic facial recognition, which works fine. The A9 Plus comes with an 11-inch LCD screen with a 1920 by 1200 resolution. It's good enough for streaming Netflix, browsing, or some casual, and I emphasize casual, gaming. It's not going to blow you away with vibrant colors or deep blacks, but it gets the job done. What does stand out is the 90Hz refresh rate. Most tablets in this price range stick to 60Hz, so this one feels a little bit smoother when you're scrolling or swiping around. On the downside, visibility outdoors isn't great. In bright sunlight, you will be cranking the brightness all the way up and still squinting a little bit. Indoors though, no issues. Now, this is not a tablet built for power users, and look, you know what? That's okay. It's running the Snapdragon 695 with either 4 or 8 gigs of RAM. The 4GB version is fine for single, simple tasks, but if you want to bounce between apps or do a bit of multitasking, the 8GB model is the one to get. For casual use, emails, YouTube, documents, web browsing, both the 4GB version and the 8GB version feel responsive enough. Just don't expect it to handle high-end games or heavy workloads. But look, if you stay within its comfort zone, it won't let you down. And a nice touch is it also supports Samsung DeX, which is a bonus, adding that extra functionality by providing a mini desktop experience with resizable windows, a taskbar, all that sort of stuff. Essentially, you can use it more like a laptop than a tablet, which is helpful for doing things like work. Now, cameras on tablets are usually an afterthought, and that's exactly what you're getting here. The rear camera is an 8-megapixel camera, and look, it's fine. It's good for scanning documents or snapping something quickly, but it struggles in low light, and it's not going to really impress anyone. The front camera is a 5-megapixel lens, and again, it's just fine. It works well for video calls, and the face tracking feature is handy, keeping you in the center of the frame without any effort on your part. Video tops out at 1080p at 30 frames per second, which is totally usable for meetings or chats. Just look, don't expect DSLR quality, and look, don't go into it thinking you're going to be taking social media worthy photos with it. Battery life is pretty good. There's a 7040 milliamp battery inside, which will get you between 7 and 10 hours of use, depending on how hard you push it. Light use like reading or browsing, which, let's face it, is mostly all you're going to be doing with this tablet, you're looking at close to 10 hours, which is great. Charging though, yeah, it's crap. It tops out at 15 watts, which means you're waiting around 3 to 4 hours for a full charge, and there's also no wireless charging, but again, in regards to the wireless charging, that's no surprise at this price point. The 15-watt charging, though, is definitely disappointing. The Galaxy Tab A9 Plus is the tech equivalent of a good cup of instant coffee. It's not fancy, but it's always there when you need it, and that's more than enough for most people. If you need a no-fuss, everyday tablet that's easy to live with and doesn't cost the earth, this one's worth a look. Just don't go in comparing it to the best of the best, because obviously you'll be disappointed, and that's to be expected. Buy this if you want a simple, affordable tablet for everyday use. It's great for watching shows, reading, casual work, or even giving it to a kid or a grandparent without stressing too much about it. Don't buy this if you need high performance, fast charging, or stylus support for creative work. It's not built for that, and if you try to push it too hard, you'll feel those limits. That's been my review. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button.